It was in the gardens outside my house, where I, High Lord Oklahoma, was busting my ass, planting the Amazon forest my wife had bought from Lowe's, when a dark vision came to me. I was plunged into the soulless hellscape of the Blizzard development gods. Through heat and ash, I could barely make out a foul forge. But what manner of darkness was being formed? And then an illumination struck, and I realized at once what these agents of chaos were up to. Light preserve us. They're forging more Timegates. And I awoke in horror, and immediately determined in my heart to destroy whatever monsters or portals that would unleash this unending confusion upon Azeroth. I ran to the stables and readied pony, and we rode out. We rode across rolling plains, day and night, across scorching desert. Deep into the heart of a forbidden forest. And even though it was most painful, we even searched through the most awful zone in all of Warcraft. But in the end, I failed. Before any were even prepared, the Blizzard gods blew their time gates all over the retail community. Despair not, poor retail souls, who are covered and dripping in time-gated content. Someday, the light will overcome this darkness. Let's walk through it together one time. Time-gated, recycled BFA content. Light save us. I don't know what this Nordic game thing is. They've got a whole video about what it is. It's obviously it's a bunch of game developer-ish companies, people, workers coming together, and they're having a good time. They get together and they show their games. They have some keynote speakers come in, and then they all do some cringy corporate shit. See, here we go. Boy, it's got a real gay nightclub energy to it, doesn't it? Everybody's having such a good time. Yay! Secure your pass now, and you can come here to the Nordic Game Show.
And we are back. Did you guys have some lunch? Woo!
Oh,
Woo!
God. With that shrill, I can... No. Listen, if you ever get in a position where you need to introduce someone on a stage, here's a piece of advice. Please take it. Get fucking to it. Okay, don't come out here playing rhetorical question games. Did I have lunch? Did I? No. I'm so-and-so. We're so happy everybody's here. If you have any problems, I'll be over here to help you out. Our next guest kicks ass, and he's sexy as hell. Here he comes. Yay. That's how it's done. Okay, she's going to keep going. Watch.
I had some lunch from the delicious restaurant here in the house here in Slakthuset. We got, they got some good stuff. This is a great menu and with a lot of great and helpful people as well. So the first part of the day has been...
I wasn't ready for the zoom in. Look at this hair and these eyes, and we've got the jacket with the matching nail polish and the earrings too, I bet. Just putting it all together, sister, look at you. But I wasn't ready for those fronts. I'll tell you what, I dated a girl like that in middle school. And even though I get the big dick energy, I never got to have the big dick because she sheared me down with a pair just like that. Looked like the goddamn beaver from Lady and the Tramp, remember? And she just came at me putting divots on me, family. And I grew up in a time you couldn't even, I mean, these kids got no idea, right? They got porn everywhere and stuff like that. We were fighting for J.C. Penney catalogs back in my day. So, I mean, that was real currency. So you took what you could get. You didn't get picky. And, oh God, she got at me. She had a real energy to her. I don't know how you people in corporate America do this shit.
Until today.
My
Welcome on
ADHD
stage,
could never.
Ian Hasekostas.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out. It's a pleasure to be here in Malmö. This is my first time in the city. I've been enjoying it very much and look forward to the rest of the week ahead.
Look who it is. Huh? My handsome man with these glasses. Oh, come on. We got that rugged look. I've been liking this. He goes so clean and he's just got that young boy face and putting a little age on it looks good, I think. Delish.
Let's get into it.
I don't like the dragon things just because I hate World of Warcraft dragons. I think World of Warcraft dragons are the weakest dragons in all of fantasy fiction. Think about something like Smaug or something from Lord of the Rings, right? One dragon who destroyed the entire dwarven kingdom and took over Ironforge, basically, and just sleeps on a bunch of gold. And everybody all around there is horrified of him. But here in World of Warcraft, we got a whole city full of dragons, and they can't even secure the zone next door without help. And it's like, geez, guys, look how big you are. I gotta come help you with what? Fight elementals? Are you serious? I get that a lot of the systems in Dragonflight were kind of cool, and I love the fishing nets and things like that. However, the dragons themselves are awful, and truly the lamest dragons in all of fantasy fiction, right here in the World of Warcraft.
So, as Marianne mentioned, I'm here to talk about what we've learned and how some of our design philosophies have changed over the last.
Meeting players where they are. And where are you right now, retail community? I'll tell you, you're time-gated. They got like time gates within time gates now. It's Timegateception. One of the things you got to respect about my handsome man is he was in that gamer grind, right? Work by day, game by night, that a lot of us are stuck in. This is that cycle. And then this one bleeds a little bit too much into this one. And you're like, oh shit, I can't stay up so late. I really need to get some sleep. But then you get home, you get back to gaming, you stay up too late, and the cycle continues. And then we die horribly because we weren't getting good sleep. However, we had a great time.
We also have a classic version of the game that we re-released in 2019 that is a recreation of that original 2004 experience.
Recreation of that 2004 experience. First off, here we are together, one big happy World of Warcraft family. It's been so long since we all got together and took a picture. And what are we doing over here with my retail community? We are waiting 3 weeks over here, my classic community. What are y'all up to now? We're done with the 40-hour-a-week AV grind, and what, we're parsing Blackwing Layer and ZG now until the AQ drops. I imagine this is dead by now. And we've got Mop Classic on the way. And then we have the classic retail community that spends a lot of its time telling everyone else that it's the best version of WoW.
The players who are doing that are presumably doing it because they like that gameplay. And if you try to change it to what you wanted it to be originally, you are doing a huge disservice to them. You're basically making a change that serves your own vision at the direct expense of what everyone has chosen and has gravitated towards.
You hear that, range survival hunters? Does it sound familiar? Take one of the most popular DPS specs in the game and overnight turn it into one of the least popular specs in the game. Bravo.
But really the core of our business is and always has been this subscription model. And I have to say, as a designer, as a game developer, it's a huge honor and really it's a privilege to be able to work in that model because I feel like it aligns our motivations, our business motivations, with players' motivations.
The problem is most games can't do it because they're not good enough. Only WoW has been able to do it for this long. How many other MMOs or games that have come along Start charging $15 a month, and it's what, 6 months, a year before they're free to play, because they can't sustain it because they're not as good. It's been 20 years, folks, and we still do not have one other MMO that's even close to World of Warcraft when it comes to combat, movement, class design. And one thing I always like to point out that a lot of people don't mention, they'll throw something like, look, Counter-Strike has 1 million players and WoW only has this many. Okay, start charging $15 a month for Counter-Strike and see what this number turns into. Take any one of these games and put them on a sub fee and see how that number plummets. So let's be honest about the domination of World of Warcraft. If you want to take a stroll down memory lane, I went through some of my favorite WoW killers from days of old, if that's something that interests you.
We have a wide variety of solo, small group, and large group experiences. Delve's a new feature we just added, as well as dungeons and raids. And you can do this pretty casually or at a very hardcore competitive level, depending on your skill. We have PvP, small group and large group as well.
It's very sweet of him to mention the PvP group. I know it'll mean a lot to the PvP community that they were even mentioned, because that group, dude, WoW PvP community is just something. And God bless them, because one of the things that I will always agree with is that World of Warcraft PvP is uniquely awesome. They just have taken it in a direction. I don't understand it. You have a uniquely awesome PvP, and they turned it into cooldown tracking mode is really all it is. There's something about tracking cooldowns that high-level WoW PvPers just love. I don't even think they need World of Warcraft anymore. I think you could just have a cooldown game that was going off and just put different cooldowns on the screen that, and they could just kind of line them up, more like a puzzle game. The weird thing about PvP is that this community gets very frustrated with the Blizz dev team for not incentivizing and making PvP more appealing to all the people that are doing much more popular content, right? I mean, the overwhelming majority of WoW player base wants nothing to do. They don't even touch PvP. It's really sad because you can go to the forums and subreddits of the PvP community and you'll see just post after post of things Blizzard should supposedly be doing to make this better or make this situation better and make PvP more desirable to participate in. But very rarely do you see the self-awareness from this community to be like, man, an activity that we find pretty much peak gaming, most people want nothing to do with. The changes that this PvP community wants the dev team to make so that more of these players will come into PvP would require the dev team to make PvP less like what these guys love to do. So it's just an awful psychological bind that everyone's in. This group wants this group to make improvements so that this group will come do this, but this group wants nothing to do with this. Because they don't find that fun. And then sometimes what's really weird is the PvP base gets defensive. It's like people just can't handle PvP. They just can't handle it. Like they make it like this elitist thing. And I'm like, bro, look across the most played games in all of gaming. I mean, you got first person shooters, you got battle royales, you've got survive. I mean, there is so much PvP going on every night. Me personally, I play Battlefield. I play Call of Duty, Hunt Showdown, Sea of Thieves, Foxhole, League of Legends. I mean, I have played so many PvP games. Like there's so much PvP going on, and none of those people want to come PvP with you because cooldown trading sucks.
And in the modern era, it doesn't take a whole lot to make players feel weak or not feel great about where they stand, right? The first thing any content creator will do.
Oh, look what it is. I'll pause it for you because I know how much you, the WoW community, love a great tier list.
And so wrapping up, meeting players where they are and serving a community, is about viewing all of these decisions through a player-first, player-focused approach. And as you make decisions, think about the future, but make sure that what you're building is fun today and is serving your players today. Thank you.
Oh, he did such a good job. Now, I think on the pro side, we have to say all the people suggesting that the Warcraft dev team is stupid, and they don't know what they're doing and whatever. They don't sound stupid. They sound fairly intelligent and perceptive, if you ask me. On the con side, you get this wonderful presentation about meeting the players where they're at. But where are the players at right now? Well, they're all logging into their time-gated recycled BFA content. So there's a lot not being said in this presentation.
We do a little bit of time for questions.
I didn't know they were doing a Q&A. Oh, I let you guys down, Oklahoma gang. I should have been there. And right when this started, I stood up in the back and been like, when are we getting Cold Tyrann Paladins, you dick? I just can't express how wild it is to me that you're time gating recycled content. I mean, the best use of time gating is when you use it to protect casuals from no-lifers, right? You time gate things so that people that play the game 60 plus hours a week aren't just storming ahead of the casual players and making them feel like they need to play more to keep up, because many of them won't. They'll just quit playing the game, and you don't want that to happen. So that's probably the best use of a time gating mechanic. But what happens is that the people who are excited for recycled BFA horrific visions, they get on and they find out it's going to be 3 weeks before I can really even take a crack at these. And now it takes all the wind out of their sails. But I thought there was a lot of great insights in this talk. And I thought our handsome man did a very good job. And I'm sorry I let you down. If I ever make it big, I promise I'll go to these things and I'll speak up on you guys' behalf. Okay? That's a deal we'll make. Talk to y'all later. Oklahoma out.